All right, guys, welcome in. Hello, everybody. Welcome. How are you guys doing today? Is everybody doing good? Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, so I need to check. I need to go to my YouTube panel and I need to check just to make sure. Testing 1, 2. Is everybody doing good? Can you guys hear me? I don't know. It's a little loud or whatever, but we're good. We're good to go. So you guys can hear me. Everything seems to be going okay. I have my monitor up, and we are going to get started with today's case. I know it's Friday. It's the total, wrong day for this, but guess what? We're doing it anyway. We're doing it anyway. I'm making sure the monitor is good. If you guys hear an echo or whatever, do let me know. But I just want to check and make sure that everything is good in the monitor because I sometimes this thing just really makes me mad. But OBS seems to be doing okay today. So if you guys are ready, let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the Kick and pop on the Twitch, and we have everything going strong over here on the YouTube. And sorry, but I'm not going to be able to go live with this on um, TikTok unless I do it a little bit later. So let's get into the discussion. All right. I'm going to make sure that everything is going okay. This is the case of the Sade Robinson episode. This is I just learned about this not too long ago. So the details, I got all the details that I possibly could, you guys, every single detail. So if you like true crime, if you've never heard of the story before, or if you had and you just didn't know the outcome, all the things, hang around, share it out, share with a friend. We're going to talk about it in full detail. Sade Robinson. Have you guys heard about this? If you haven't heard about it, just strap in because it's about to be woo! It's about to be something serious. All right, guys. Let me scroll back up. Let me get all of my details because y'all know I don't do nothing without what? Details. So let me get all of my details, all of my receipts, and let's get into this. The first date, the digital trail of Sade Robinson. Right? The setup is April the 1st, 2024, right? On the evening of April the 1st, 2024, 19-year-old Sade Robinson was getting ready for a night out. She was a criminal justice major at Milwaukee Area Technical College, just weeks away from her graduation. She was the kind of person who texted her mom constantly. Her last message to her mom was, Sheena, I love you. She was heading out to meet 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson. They had met a week earlier, and this was their first official date. He was a former bartender, a guy known in the local service industry, but someone with a bit of a temper that had simmered under the surface for years. So the dinner and the bars. The night begins at the Twisted Fisherman, a seafood spot on the river. Surveillance footage shows them sitting across from each other, eating and drinking. They look like any other couple on a first date. From there, they move to Duke's on Water, a popular downtown bar. Sade is active on her phone. She sends a snapshot to a friend showing her smiling, seemingly having a good time. But the atmosphere shifts at about 9:11 p.m. They leave the bar and head to Anderson's house on South 31st Street. This is where the digital trail becomes the most critical witness in the room. The missing hours and the phone data. Once they enter that house. Sade's phone remains stationary. For the next 3 hours, her friends and family think that she's just enjoying her date, but investigators later uncovered a digital horror. And Anderson had taken a photo on his phone of Sade while she was incapacitated and face down on the couch. At 12:45 a.m., the Life 360 app on Sade's phone, a tool meant to keep her safe, starts tracking a journey she didn't choose. Her phone moves towards Warrenmount Park and Cudahy? Never heard of it, but let's keep moving. At 2:53 a.m., security cameras at the park's pump house capture a dark sedan. It doesn't stop at the gate, it smashes through it. A shadowy figure emerges from the car, walks towards the bluffs overlooking Lake Michigan, and descends toward the water. He stays there for some time before climbing back up and driving away. The morning of discovery. The next morning, April 2nd, the horror becomes public. At 7:30 a.m., Sade's 2020 Hyundai Civic is found torched in an alley near 30th and Lisbon. It's a total loss. Witnesses see a man tossing a lighter into the car and walking away. Number two, the bus ride. That man, Maxwell Anderson, walks to a bus stop. He hoards a Milwaukee County bus, and because he's on public transit that he boarded, his face is captured in high definition. He's wearing a dark hoodie and looks completely calm. Okay? Number three, the beach. Later that morning, a woman walking along the beach at Warrenmount Park looks down and sees something that looks like a mannequin leg. She realizes with horror that it's real and it's human, severed at the hip with pink nail polish still on the toes. The investigation and the forensic smoking gun. When detectives raided Anderson's home, they found a house that had been cleaned but not well enough. The hoodie, number one. In a neighbor's trash can, they found the dark hoodie Anderson had been seen wearing on the bus. When it was sent to the lab, they found a microscopic trace of Sade's DNA on the zipper pull. Number two, the car seat. This is a detail that always haunts everyone because when police examined the burned remains of Sade's car, they noticed the driver's seat was pushed all the way back. Sade was only 5 feet tall. Maxwell Anderson was over 6 feet tall. And number three, the Shaws. In the basement, investigators found a collection of saws and gasoline containers. They also found blood on the walls that had been partially scrubbed away. Over the next several weeks, the community watched in horror as Sade was found piece by piece. An arm was found on a beach, a torso washed up near a yacht club. Some remains were found as far away as Waukegan, Illinois, carrying by the currents of Lake Michigan. The trial in June 2025 was a masterclass in digital forensics. The prosecution presented over 600 exhibits. The jury didn't need to hear a confession. They saw the Life 360 pings, they saw the bus footage, and they had the DNA. They declared, deliberated, but also declared in 50 short minutes before returning a guilty verdict on all counts. On August the 1st, 2025, Judge Laura Crivello sentenced Maxwell Anderson to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She called him a monster and a predator. But there is no closure for the Robinson family because to this day, despite sonar searches and dive teams, Sade's head has never been found. Her mother, Sheena, says she's not truly ready to bury her daughter until she finds her entire crown. Sheena has since launched the Sade's Voice Foundation. They are fighting for Sade's law, which would mandate that law enforcement take the disappearances of Black women more seriously from the first hour rather than waiting for a body part to wash up on a beach. You guys, when I tell you this is chilling, like I can't. This is absolutely chilling because after all this time, you're telling me that all of this young lady, all of her human remains have yet to be found. And some cases like this, they actually become like cold cases. But the setup was April 1st, 2024. So you know how we do? Let's do a little research. Okay. Because I want to know, have they found her crown? Okay. Let's look and see what the internet says. As of February 2026, the case of Sade Robinson has returned to the national spotlight with significant developments in both the legal proceedings and media coverage. So, number one, major media event. There was a 48 hours feature. The most current update is the premiere of an all new episode of 48 Hours titled Sade Robinson and the Secret Beach, airing tomorrow. Okay, so put that on your calendars, guys. It's airing tomorrow, Saturday, February 21st, first at, doesn't say a time, does give me a time. So the new evidence that has been revealed and that you will see on CBS tomorrow night is the episode features interviews with the lead detective, Joe Donner, who explains a critical forensic detail. The seat position in Sade's charred car was adjusted for someone much taller than 5 feet, which means that she wasn't driving, right? A key clue that pointed directly to Maxwell Anderson in their um, professional, accounts, right? And then another key point is the jurors' insights. So, jurors appearing in the special highlight that security camera footage, including a mystery person seen dragging something or someone, in my opinion, on a secluded beach, was the thank God moment for their anonymous guilty verdict. Um, Now, the person is anonymous because we don't know who turned in that tip. Um, but everybody on that jury, they were all together. It was all one. It was all unanimous. It was, you're guilty, right? Number two, legal status of Maxwell Anderson. So, and uh, Anderson is currently serving a life sentence, right, in prison without the possibility of parole at Dodge Correctional Institution in Waupun, Wisconsin, right? And despite his sentencing in August 2025, Anderson has maintained his innocence and officially began the appeal process. So his legal team argued during sentencing that he could have been eligible for parole after 25 years due to his Navy service and mental health issues, but the judge denied this, calling his crimes unconceivable. And then also, Anderson was ordered to pay approximately $93,000 in restitution to Sade's family to cover funeral and legal expenses. Okay. Number three, tragically, despite multiple deep dive searches, anything that you could think, any type of search that you could think about in Lake Michigan, in any area. If one body part was found over here, then they did a search. If one body part was found over there, and they did a search, but her head remains missing. So until this very day, they still haven't found her whole body. Right? Forensic testing has officially confirmed that remains found as far as Waukegan, Illinois, 50 miles from the original crime scene, belong to Sade. And number four, um, Sade's mother, Sheena, continues to lead the Sade's Voice Foundation. She is currently working with state representatives, Sheila Stubbs, to push for a bill, Sheena's Law, or Sade's Law, excuse me, that could reform how law enforcement handles missing person investigations, especially to address the historic lack of urgency in cases involving Black women. Um, let's see, check something else here. I want to make sure that I get all the details. So the updated, you'll have to watch tomorrow night on CBS. This is not a plug or anything in that nature. It's just, I'm just saying um, that this is where it will be. Tomorrow night, Saturday, February 21st, 2026, 48 hours, will air a new investigation into the case, bringing Sade's story back to the national stage. CBS 48. Okay. What time does the show air? So it's going to be 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern on CBS. So Central Time, CBS Television Network, right? You can also get it on Paramount Plus if you have Paramount. CBS 48 for local watchers of Milwaukee. So if you want more information, if you want to see everything, all of the updates, all of the pictures, all the footages, all of the everything, tune in to CBS tomorrow night. I'm Central Time, so I'll be watching at 9 p.m. All right. Don't forget to send prayers out to Sade Robinson's family. This was really a gut wrenching story, and I'm so sorry, and I really hate that her entire body hasn't been found. However, um, you know, our prayers are definitely with the family and with those investigators because her entire body needs to be found. Her there's never going to be a why, because this guy won't admit that, he did this. He's not admitting that he did it. So there's never going to be a why, right? It's just going to be, I didn't do it. I'm innocent, you know. Do I believe that? Absolutely not. I don't believe that he's innocent. With all of the evidence, um, it's a no for me. It's a no for me, dog. I don't believe it. I think that he's guilty. I think that life without the possibility of parole, um, you couldn't have done, any better. The judge, outstanding. So what I feel, um, and I will do an updated video after the show tomorrow night. I probably won't post it until Sunday, but I am going to watch the show. I am going to watch CBS. So if you're on Central Time like me, it's going to be on CBS tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Sade Robinson case. Mark your calendars. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about it. But I just feel like, yeah, you did it. I mean, you're on camera, like everything, like your DNA was on your hoodie that you tried to, get rid of. Like, so I have no, doubt that this guy is completely 100% guilty. So we're never going to get a why, you guys, because, you know, he won't admit to it. He's maintaining his innocence. He's saying, I didn't do this. And, you know, I'm appealing. And so that's what he's doing. Anderson is appealing. He's appealing. Like, I'm not even kidding you. He's appealing. So the appeals have already began. This guy says he didn't do it. I'm sure that the investigators have asked, Anderson, where's her head? You know, we found everything else except her head. What did you do with it? I also believe that if her head had been in the car that was burned, um, they would have found it. So because I know my audience. I know some people are probably gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, "Well, it could have been in the car." I feel like they searched the car thoroughly, and I feel like if her head had been in there, they would have found it. I also feel like, and we won't know this until tomorrow night, but did you search his grounds? Could he have buried it, or could it be somewhere in his house? You know what I'm saying? So there's so many scenarios, there's so many ways that you could look at this. But unless he admits to finally doing this and then saying, this is where, I put, it's just, I can't keep saying it because it's so weird to me. Like, what did you do with this girl's face? What did you do with her head? Like, I don't know. Anyway, guys, this is it. Keep Sade's family in your prayers. Do watch tomorrow's night's episode. Again, it's going to be on CBS. It will be streaming on Paramount as well. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on CBS. And I will give you my conclusion, my synopsis, my whole, outlook, my commentary. After it's over, because I am going to be watching. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. If you missed it, start it over from the beginning, because you're not going to believe this story. I love you guys so much. Thank you once again. Help me bring awareness to this case. Share this out. And I will talk to you guys in the next